And I thought the last haul was big. Oh boy.
Hey there, true believers and newcomers alike. I'm Superfly Comics Guy. Welcome to another haul video. Yeah, as you probably saw from that opening clip, and most certainly the thumbnail as well, we got a lot of books to go through, so let's not beat around the bush. Let's dive right into it. We'll start with the hardcovers, and then move on to the deluxe editions and OHCs, and then we'll move on to the Omnis in ascending order of my personal excitement and anticipation for them. Just keep in mind that these aren't going to be reviews. This is more of an overview type of thing, less detail, just because, I haven't read these books yet. But we can still take a quick look, do a flip through, get some first impressions, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is going to be a big one, guys. So please, at any point, if you like the video, you know how to show it. I would really appreciate it. And please feel free to leave your comments down below and have a discussion with me. But yeah, come on, guys, let's do this. Okay, so starting off with some standard hardcovers, we got a 3-in-1 package, Wonder Woman Earth 1 by Grant Morrison. I'm a big fan of Grant Morrison's work. They're known for their high-level thinking and incorporating often otherworldly and mystical elements into their stories. Kind of similar to Neil Gaiman in that way. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So I figured I'd give this a shot, but we need to get under this plastic wrap. I got my trusty twin blades here, so let's do that. And a 1, a 2, and a 3. All right, there we are, Wonder Woman Earth 1. So if you're not familiar with the term Earth 1, DC has multiple Earths in their overarching continuity, and each one kind of represents something different in its own universe. So Earth 1 is the quote-unquote realistic Earth, kind of meant to be our Earth. Anytime you see Earth 1 on a DC book, that's kind of what that means. It's like, what would these heroes be if they existed in our world? So this Earth 1 thing is kind of a modern spin on Wonder Woman's Golden Age origins. Now, I haven't read Golden Age Wonder Woman, so I don't have much expertise there. But apparently, this is a pretty controversial book. Love it or hate it type of thing, but then again, that seems to be par for the course for a Grant Morrison book. But I seem to quite like the Grant Morrison stuff, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. I believe most, if not all of the art in here is done by Yannick Paquette. And I'm not sure if I'm familiar with any of Yannick Paquette's previous works. If I have, then I certainly must have just forgotten the name. Looks like we are getting glued binding, so that's why I'm not stretching the spine, by the way. No need. You only need to do that when it's sewn binding, but I actually really like the art here. I hadn't seen any of this before, but this looks really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Sweet. And before I forget, there are the spines for Wonder Woman Earth 1. Very nice design. They mesh quite well together. And the backs. Again, very similar design language on all 3 of these books. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, moving on to a deluxe edition, we have All-Star Superman, the deluxe edition, once again by Grant Morrison, and this time art by Frank Quitely, and those two tend to collaborate pretty often. Here we have the spine and the back. I do quite like that image of Superman, kind of portraying him as a bit of a deity, a godlike being. But yeah. Let's get under this wrapping. Snip, snip. Yoink. But there you go. Now you can get a better look at the front there. The spine once again. And the back. Let's take a look under this dust jacket, see what we have. Ooh. Okay, very nice. A wraparound, huh? You know what that means. We gotta open her up. Open her up real quickly here. Wow. I quite like that. That's awesome. Alrighty. Let's do a quick stretch. Alright, so All-Star Superman. If you're not familiar with the All-Star lineup, what it basically means is that whenever you see a book that's All-Star something like All-Star Batman or All-Star Superman, it just means that it's separate from other DC continuity, so it's meant to be easy to pick up without any prior reading. It exists as a standalone story and can be enjoyed as such. So the premise here is that Superman, the symbol for hope...
Hope starts with an H, stupid.
Okay, calm down, Badman. No need to interrupt. Jeez. But yeah, Superman, on one of his missions, he ends up absorbing a whole bunch of excessive yellow sun radiation, which is traditionally the source of his powers, but as a result of this excess absorption later, he finds out that he's dying from it. And this book essentially deals with what does Superman do with the time he has left remaining, which just sounds like a really interesting concept to me, because you have Superman, this traditionally invincible, immortal, unkillable character, you know, forced to kind of deal with a more concrete mortality. You know, one of the common complaints you'll often hear people say is that, oh, Superman's too OP, he's not relatable. I don't know if I agree with that. He is relatable. I mean, to paraphrase Grant Morrison, Superman is everything humans can be, everything good about humanity, but just on an epic scale. You know, I mean, because he has a huge burden on his shoulders. He goes out and he protects the world from alien attacks and disasters, but he's also looking out for the little guy, and yet he can go to work at the Daily Planet and get chewed out by his boss, or he can go home and, you know, get crap from Lois or something, like, you know, this all-powerful being who can be just torn down by just a few harsh words from Lois or a few harsh sentences. And he's got Crypto the super dog, but when Superman takes his dog out for a walk, he walks it past Saturn. He's, you know, he's like us. It's just, everything he does is on a more massive scale relatively. So I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with that with the argument that he's not relatable. And reportedly, everything I've heard about this story is that this is the definitive Superman story, one of the best of all time. So I mean, come on, just based on that alone, I had to try this out. It sounds very, very interesting. Looking forward to it. Alrighty, up next we got a Marvel OHC. We've got Secret Wars by Jonathan Hickman. Let's get this puppy out of its wrapping. Bam. Are you impressed, guys? Didn't even need the scissors for that one. Ha, I'm so powerful. But yeah, here we are. Secret Wars, the oversized hardcover. Got a nice cover here. Miles, Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman, The Thing. Oh, he doesn't look like he's having a good time. Is that Black Bolt? Looks like it. Namor. Cool, cool. Here is the spine for those curious. And the back. Let's take a look under the dust jacket. Ooh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Same image front and back. Cool. Alright, so this is Secret Wars by Jonathan Hickman. Not to be confused with the Secret Wars event from 1984, or Secret Wars 2, or Secret Warriors. Yeah, are you confused yet? Welcome to comic book naming schemes. We hope you enjoy your stay. But no, this is Jonathan Hickman's 2015 event. It kind of caps off his Marvel saga, if you want to call it that. So if you watched my last haul video, which you totally should, what are you doing? Why haven't you? I picked up Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman, volumes 1 and 2, and that was kind of the start ish of his Hickman saga, and that'll be followed up by Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 and 2, which there are some reprints for that coming out, I think early 2023. And then Secret Wars is kind of meant to be the conclusion of Hickman's big master plan saga type of thing. So you know what? I figured since I'm planning on picking up Avengers Omnibus Volume 2 by Hickman, I might as well check this out too and have the complete package, the complete story. Speaking of which, I think the premise here is that there have been two big Marvel universes running concurrently. Those being the main 616 universe and the Ultimate Universe. And this book kind of deals with the convergence and collision of those two universes and the aftermath of that collision and what remains. There's only going to be one universe, supposedly, after the events of this book. So that's why you saw on the cover, you know, characters like Miles, who's typically been in the Ultimate Universe before this, interacting with all these other characters from the 616 universe. So, that'll be interesting to see. Once I get there in the Hickman saga, of course. Alrighty, so now we come to the omnibuses, the stars of the show, in ascending order of my personal excitement, starting with Annihilation Conquest. If Omnibus Ryan is watching this video, I'm sorry, dude. I know we talked and I said I would probably skip this book, but what can I say, man? Curiosity got the better of me. I figured I'd try it out, and I found it for a good price, so what are you gonna do? It happens. But let's get under more of this plastic wrap. Slice and dice, baby. Slice and dice. Alright, here we have the direct market cover for this omnibus. Would have preferred the standard, actually, but this is the only one that was currently available, so it is what it is. There's the spine. And there is the back, featuring a nice image of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's check under the dust jacket real quick. And there we are. Super cool. I think this is what the standard cover is. It's a cool image of Ultron here. No idea what he has to do with the story. I know almost nothing about this. But yeah, what can I say? Like I said, curiosity got the better of me. Let's quickly stretch that spine. Alright, so a pretty successful first stretch, but, you know, I'll probably have to stretch it a bit more before I actually start reading this book eventually. So, Annihilation Conquest, the sequel to the Annihilation event. Annihilation was basically what was happening in space, the cosmic side of Marvel during the whole Civil War event. Oh, hey, Iron Man, what's up? And I think Annihilation Conquest is what brought together the modern Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why they feature on the back of the book. Before this, I think the Guardians were like a much different team. I don't know, I'll be honest, guys. I don't know much about this story other than you know, just the basics. My forte is street-level Marvel characters, so my cosmic Marvel knowledge is much, much poorer, relatively speaking. But hopefully this is good. I did really enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out in 2021, I think. That one was really fun. So if the story here is kind of similar to that, then yeah, well, I'm down to find out. Like I said, curiosity got the better of me. I just want to see what all the hype is about, because everybody says just Annihilation and Annihilation Conquest and that kind of whole saga is like one of the best Marvel events ever. So kind of want to just see what all the hype is about. But yeah, I do get asked sometimes where I get all my books. The reason why I have so many books today is a few reasons, actually. May is my birthday month, so some of these were gifts. And then some came from in-stock trades, and then some came from organic-priced books. Annihilation Conquest actually came from organic-priced books. Just because I had some gift cards and stuff saved up from some giveaways on their YouTube channel, so I was able to get a massive discount on a bunch of these books, which is nice. But yeah, let's move on. Alright, up next, he's the best there is at what he does. It's our old furry pal, Wolverine. Man, if one of my friends from real life is watching this, and you know who you are, I apologize. Clearly my willpower failed me. I do have a funny story about that, but I'll tell that later. There's the spine. And there is the back. Came a little bit beat up, but I was able to get a crazy discount on this, like 63% off or something, so I'm totally okay with this. Matter of fact, you could probably just take the plastic wrap off by just like that. Nothing to it, see? But yeah, here we have, I believe this is the standard cover by Jim Lee. I think there is a direct market cover by John Byrne. Let's quickly slip that dust jacket right off. Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? That's the John Byrne cover. And then the spine for you. And the back. Ooh, I quite like that. The red eyes. Nice. Let's give her a quick stretch. All right, so here we are. Wolverine Volume 2. So yeah, funny story about this one. I was walking around Indigo, which is a bookstore here in Canada, with my friend, just walking around, browsing the graphic novel section, and he turns to me and he goes, "So, when are you going to pick up a Wolverine book?" And I look at him and I go, "I don't know, man. Probably not anytime soon. I mean, I'm interested in it, but no, it's not the right time." Oh, how foolish I look now. I'm sorry, man. What can I say? I found this, like I said, for a crazy price. In Canada, too, there's a website called bookoutlet.ca, and they were having this crazy discount sale type of thing. This was 63% off with free shipping. So I ended up paying, after tax, only like $65 for a book whose cover price is 157 Canadian. That just seemed insane to me. I couldn't pass it up. Like I said, it did come a little bit beat up because it's an overstock book, so there was like a remainder mark. But I mean, come on, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. But anyway, this book covers, I think, just the mid to late 80s or maybe even the early 90s era of Wolverine. Damn, this art is very interesting though. It's a lot more interesting than I was expecting. Yeah, I don't know too much about this period of Wolverine's history, but I do quite like the character. If anyone's played the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, anyone remember that? Oh, that game was awesome. I'm looking forward to the Wolverine game that's coming out, made by Insomniac. That's going to be really interesting to see what they do with the character. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to this book before then, and I can have some more expertise on the character before they release the game. That would be cool. But yeah, there you have it. Moving on. All right, following a similar theme, she's the best there is at what she does. You know it. All New Wolverine by Tom Taylor. Known for writing Injustice, Deceased. He has a run on Nightwing, which I've heard is really good. Probably some other stuff which I'm forgetting, but yeah, Tom Taylor. Really well-known and renowned writer, excuse me. And there's the back for you, but man, just more of this plastic wrap just gets me so angry. It just makes me want to... Okay, so maybe I overreacted a little bit, but hey, at least we didn't damage the book, right? So yeah, here we go. We have the DM cover for this book. Had to go for it. I'm not really a fan of the standard cover that's available for this book. I'll show that if I can. Yeah, just love this so much more. Got that. I love the black and gray X-Force style outfit for our all-new Wolverine here. There is the spine. I do like how it's slashed through the logo by the claws. And a cool little spine image there. And then the back. She's the best there is. Oh yeah. Flip it back over. Let's take a look under the dust jacket. Yeah, that's what her first costume, I think, looks like. It's more of a, it's just kind of very similar to Wolverine's classic yellow and blue outfit that he wears. There is the spine, a little bit different from the dust jacket. And, oh, wow, I really like that. I'm a sucker for red eyes. I don't know what it is. That looks really cool. Kind of wish that was one of the dust jacket covers. That would be awesome. I'm glad we have it. Wow. All right, let's stretch that spine. All right, friends, there we are. Let's take a quick first look. Ooh, some yellow bookend pages, very nice. Yeah, All New Wolverine by Tom Taylor. So, I believe this is a Marvel Now book, which means the Marvel Now era, I think, it's kind of similar to what DC did with New 52. You know how I mentioned in some previous videos that New 52 is DC's 2011 relaunch of a bunch of their series. Marvel Now is kind of a similar thing in the early 2010s. I think this series takes place in or came out in 2014. So Marvel Now was like a relaunch of a bunch of Marvel titles. And here we have All New Wolverine. So the classic Wolverine, Logan, he's occupied during this time, shall we say. So this book instead follows the adventures of Laura Kinney, aka X-23, who is a clone of Wolverine. Marvel does have a thing for clones, don't they? But if you've seen the movie Logan, you'll be a little familiar with this character, Laura. To be honest, that's all the exposure I have to her. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what she does, where she goes. And apparently she's hanging out with Spider-Gwen. Okay. Interesting art style. Not entirely my typical cup of tea. It's a little cartoony, but you know, we'll see what happens when I read it. Looking pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Old Man Logan, what are you doing here? Alrighty, this will be interesting. There's Cap. All right. Yeah, interested to dive into this one. Very cool. All right, people, it's time to close out the Grant Morrison hat trick with JLA, Justice League of America by Grant Morrison. You have one guess as to when this series takes place, judging by Superman's hairstyle. I'll give you a hint. It's the 90s. There is the spine for you. And there is the back. Another book I got from Organic Price Books for a heck of a discount, thanks to those gift cards. Now that we've calmed down a bit, let's very gently get through this plastic wrap. And snip. You guys think I should be a doctor? What could go wrong, right? You don't need training or anything. Alrighty guys, there is your cover to the dust jacket for this book. No direct market cover. Again, DC doesn't really do that for their omnibuses. But what we can take a look at is under the dust jacket. Ooh. I quite like that actually. That pops. It's nice and colorful. Spine's a little bit different, just yellow instead of white, it looks like, compared to the dust jacket. And then the back. Cool. Let's stretch this bad boy. This is a thick one. All right, diving right in. I feel like this is one of those DC books that's going to need a few more stretches. Just because of the size of it, but we'll see. But yeah, this is the 90s series of JLA by Grant Morrison, renowned for bringing back all of the core members of the Justice League, the heavy hitters, you know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, The Flash, Green Lantern, and it just redefined what the Justice League is supposed to be. And as I'm flipping through here, I don't know about you guys, but I can already hear and picture the theme of that Justice League animated show. Anyone else? Or is that just me? God, that show was awesome. But yeah, as I've mentioned, I'm a fan of Morrison's work on Batman.
Feels good.
Yes, Batman, I know. But I've read Batman Gothic, Batman Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth, and of course, Morrison's much talked about run on the main Batman title. Honestly, if you're unfamiliar with Grant Morrison's work, there's a podcast actually that Kevin Smith did called Fat Man on Batman. And there's a couple episodes in there where he invited Grant Morrison on. And if you have even the slightest curiosity, you should definitely check that out. I will leave a link to that in a video in the description. But man, I could listen to Grant Morrison talk for hours. Just that Scottish accent will get stuck in your head. And just hearing their perspective on stories like classics like The Dark Knight Returns, Killing Joke, and just Batman in general is a very captivating experience. Trust me, I highly recommend that podcast, Fat Man on Batman with Grant Morrison. It's the reason why I picked up those Wonder Woman Earth 1 books, actually, just based on what they were saying about it. But seriously, definitely check that out. It's a bit of a mind trip, but it's so good. And it'll probably inspire you to read some Morrison work, at least if my experience says anything. All right, moving on. All right, next up we have an out-of-print gem, Secret Invasion by Brian Michael Bendis, featuring a very damp looking scroll for the cover. I don't know. I can't think of a better word to describe that cover. I don't think there's a direct market cover for this. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. There is the spine and the back. I do quite like that image. Who do you trust? I don't know. You can trust me, I think. Let's take a look under the dust jacket. Very nice. Is this going to be a wraparound? I feel like this is going to be a wraparound. Oh, yeah. It's a wraparound. You know what that means. We gotta crack her open and take a look at the big picture. Featuring a bunch of Skrull heroes. I'll dive into a little bit of the context behind why that is. But yeah, I think there's a Disney Plus show for this coming up soon. I've already stretched this out, seeing as how it came open. I got this used, so we can just dive right in. This is basically a follow-up to that New Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 that I featured in my last haul and that I did a review on. And I greatly enjoyed that book. So this event, Secret Invasion, starts where that book ends, where New Avengers Volume 1 ends. And the premise, from what I gather, is that Elektra, who has been leading the ninja group known as the Hand, is discovered to have been a Skrull in disguise all along. And the Skrulls, if you don't know, are an alien race who have the power of shape-shifting. So then the question is raised, where is the real Elektra? Who else is actually a Skrull? How many of them are there? And how long have they been there? And what is their plan for Earth? And that's all I know. So I'm going into this a little bit blind, but I enjoyed New Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 so freaking much. And I'm a big fan of Brian Michael Bendis, as you may know from my other videos. So I had to take a shot on this. But man, that New Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 had some good artwork, and it looks like we are continuing that trend here. I do quite like what I'm seeing so far. I feel like I'll be jumping into this sooner rather than later. Wow. That's awesome. Alrighty. Good stuff. All right, speaking of Disney Plus, we are sticking with the Moon Knight train because we've got Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 2, which directly follows up Volume 1. There is the spine, and there is the back. You got your cover gallery here. But let me quickly take this plastic wrap off. Man, if only I had one of those moonerang things that Moon Knight throws around all the time, I'd probably get through this plastic wrap a lot quicker. Oh, look at that. Man, do I love this cover by Alex Ross. So freaking cool. Okay, is it just me? Or does the background, these buildings, kind of remind you of the style of like Spider-Man the Animated Series? Anyone? No? Yes? Is that just me? I don't know. It looks so freaking cool. There is a direct market cover for this omnibus by Frank Miller, but God, guys, I couldn't pass this up. This purple sky, just this will pop on the shelf, I feel like. But let's see what we got under the dust jacket. Okay. That is cool. Wow, okay. Pretty standard spine. I do like this artwork on the boards. That is really, really cool. Wow. I really like that. And there we are. All right, let's take a flip through quickly. Man, I can't get over that board design. If you're a fan of unique designs, cool art for the covers of your books, this might be worth getting just for that, huh? Just how cool that front cover design is. But yeah, so this volume 2 of Moon Knight follows up Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1, obviously, this is going to conclude Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz's run on Moon Knight that started in 1980, which you can probably tell by the kind of more older art style. And if you watched my review of Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1, you'll know that I overall did quite enjoy that book. Though there were some parts that did get a little kind of dialogue heavy and dragged a bit. But I'm looking forward to see how the series ends here, after reading that book. Looking forward to some more dark themes and supernatural occurrences. And of course, I loved the Disney Plus show. I thought it was awesome. But yeah, very interested in this character now. All right, up next we have a very out-of-print book. The Trial of Captain America. Yeah, long out of print, but somehow I found this on eBay for below cover price, which completely took me by surprise. Granted, it did come a little bit beat up, and it's got a remainder mark, but guys, I can't complain. Usually out of print books will go for hundreds of dollars on the secondary market, so I'm glad I didn't have to put up with that nonsense to get this book. Here you have Under the Dust Jacket. I believe this is the 2014 edition of this book. So yeah, no direct market cover, I don't think. There is the spine, and there is the back. Very plain. I've already stretched this, so we can just dive right in. This is the follow-up to the Captain America Lives omnibus. In Ed Brubaker's run, there are 5 total books. This is the 4th one, so you can consider it volume 4 out of 5 of the Ed Brubaker run. So, why is Cap on trial? Well, I have read Captain America Lives, so I have my own guesses, but without spoiling anything, let's just say some stuff happens with Cap towards the end of Captain America lives. And I imagine in here he will be dealing with the fallout and ramifications of that. So, you know, we'll see. I suppose you'll have to stick with me till the end of the line to find that out.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, thanks, Cap, we know. But yeah, this finally will complete my Captain America by Ed Brubaker collection. So I think those will look nice together, all on the shelf, once I get them on there. I gotta say, I do quite like this art. I don't know if this is still... It doesn't look like Steve Epting, who did the first 3 volumes of the Cap run by Ed Brubaker, but I still quite like this. This looks pretty cool. Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm digging the artwork so far. Sweet. All right, what better way to follow up an out-of-print gem with another out-of-print gem? We have got Planet Hulk Omnibus by Greg Pak. This actually got bundled with Secret Invasion. I was actually able to get a pretty good price for both on eBay, but this book is also, it's a good thing. This book is being reprinted in 2023. I think that reprint will have a direct market cover if I'm not mistaken, whereas this is currently the only existing cover for this omnibus. This little profile image of Hulk. There is the spine for you. And the back. But let's take a look under the dust jacket. See what we have there. Ooh. Well, that pops for sure. Green boards. Oh. Is this a wraparound? Let us take a look. Place your bets. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I really like that. Sweet. I have stretched this out before, so let's dive right in. All right, so if you're familiar with or have seen Thor Ragnarok, you may recognize some elements of this story. You know, this stars everybody's favorite
Friend from work.
And basically the premise here is that Hulk was found responsible for a catastrophic event on Earth, and a bunch of the other Avengers and superheroes determine that it's just not safe for Hulk to stay there. So they decide to send him away to a peaceful planet somewhere while they regroup and try to figure out a way to deal with him. But the ship malfunctions and Hulk is instead sent to a different planet. The name of which I think is Sakaar, maybe? Not 100% sure. Where instead, Hulk has to fight in like a gladiatorial combat arena just to survive. So this book chronicles his time there and leads directly into World War Hulk, I believe, which is another out-of-print omnibus that hopefully we get a reprint sometime in 2023. But yeah, I've heard this is a really good Hulk story. Pretty much, you gotta read it if you're curious about Hulk, so here we are. I look forward to it. Oh, all right, guys, we made it. It's been a long ride, but give yourself a pat on the back if you've stuck with me all the way through. We have my most anticipated book in the haul, the one that has me the most excited. Drum roll, please. We've got Moon Knight, the Huston, Benson, and Hurwitz omnibus. Yes, featuring this gorgeous cover by David Finch, who is very quickly becoming one of my favorite artists. And he's Canadian too, so woo! Go Great White North. There is the spine for you. Another beautiful image by David Finch there. Oh, I love the glowing blue eyes. And the back. Another David Finch image. Oh, God. I got it. Let's dive right into this. Open her up. Conchu, help me out here, bud. Let's get this plastic wrap off. And here we are. Man, it pops so much more without the plastic wrap. But let's take a look at the Oh my goodness. Is that a wrapper? Oh my. Yup, it's happening, guys. It's happening. Let's take a look. Dang. Oh my god, that is awesome. Oh, I cannot wait. This is going to be great. Okay, let's stretch it out. And here we are. I forgot to mention, there is a direct market cover for this book by Mike Deodato Jr., which I'll throw up here. But, I mean, come on, how can you not go for the David Finch cover? It's just too good. But yeah, this covers Moon Knight's 2000s era, mid to late 2000s. And this is known for being one of... Come on, that is so cool. Oh my god. This looks insane. Okay, yeah, this is known for being one of his bloodiest and most mature eras ever. Evidenced here. And that alone just has me really, really excited to read this. I don't know much about it at all, but I gotta read through volume 2 first before I can get to this, but this is certainly giving me motivation to do that. Man, this looks awesome. I think this book is printed in Turkey, so I am feeling some pretty thin pages at the moment that have me a little bit worried. And another thing, which is a little bit unfortunate, which I'll show you right now. It looks like the eye on my copy is a little bit jacked up. It's not quite, the binding is not quite attached properly. It's actually really poor quality. I don't know what's going on with the Turkey printer as of late, but they've been having just a lot of quality issues. So I'll have to try to repair the binding here myself. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I mean, come on. These are premium books. Should put some effort into how you print them. Anyway, this doesn't change the fact that I am super excited to read this. Okay, so real quick here, just a bit of a status update on the binding of this last Moon Knight book. I was able to kind of fix it. It looks like the issue was that they did a really sloppy job of applying the glue on the inner spine, that some of it spilled and there was a lot on the inside of the outer spine here. And what that started to do was fuse those two layers together and rip pieces off, and you know, that's what was causing the eye to be all funky. But I've done my best to clean up the excess glue on the inside, and now the eye is forming nicer. Unfortunately, I will have to re-glue some pieces, like this decorative piece here. That's not the end of the world. I just thought I'd mention this, give as fair of an analysis as I can on the binding quality of this book. So, you know, happy I was able to fix it, just unhappy that it came in this condition in the first place. All right, that brings us to the end of the mega haul. If you made it all the way through, thank you so much. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let me know which one of these books looked the most interesting to you. If you're picking up any of these books, which ones you think I should read first. And if you have any thoughts on the series, yeah, leave your comments down below. I'll be happy to have a discussion with you. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to catch you in another video real soon. You have yourself a great day. I've been Superfly Comics Guy, and until next time, guys, keep reading. See ya.